What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for the Real Housewives of Potomac on the boat. Danny and Asia are out of PTO at the Lean headquarters. So they are here today.
I
We
was
ain't
here
got no more
last week.
PTO. We don't got no more PTO time.
Asia, you all out. You have no more PTO, especially you. Danny ain't got no more sick days. Danny still got PTO. He got a sick days. But Danny is doing well. Y'all well wishes and vitamin C packs work. How you doing,
Thank
Danny?
you.
How you doing, Asia?
I'm doing good.
Amazing.
How was Jamaica, Asia?
It was amazing.
You went to Jamaica and the Bahamas.
Yeah. Bimini and Ocho Rios.
Okay.
You look at
It was a honeymoon.
You always look amazing, but you look at extra.
I know.
I look refreshed, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Your smile is radiant.
And I'm so like I said, I'm so glad that Danny's here, child. I gave him a hard time. Like I was like,
Oh,
yeah, I could just
attitude,
try to fake things
during
up.
texts.
Well, I thought you was faking it at first, but then you know what? When you got on camera, I believed you. And then also somebody in the comments said the same. That it was like, you know, I like the show and all, but you know, Danny needs to get that fixed. I was like, well, that's
It was horrible.
I didn't notice it. I thought you were fine, but I know
you look fine to me. You perked up when you was able to talk about Candace.
Well, that's why he joined. He was like sick and all. You know, that's like when somebody got to work.
I said, ain't nobody gonna hold her accountable. I had to join, sick and all.
Right. Well, I hope you did her justice last week.
I was proud of myself.
Danny, you actually did a good job because you don't like hate her. You actually do just call out for things that she does wrong.
Because I called out Ashley too and said she should have got popped too.
He doesn't hate.
Who was that back there blowing their nose?
Oh, my husband. Stop blowing your nose.
Sorry.
That's okay. Sorry.
I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Anyway, we're here for the Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 15.
I love you.
Out at sea, some on the water on the boat. Basically, it's a continuation of this trip. And honestly, I mean, is this like what is this like the third episode of the trip? I'm kind of getting bored. I mean, I'm kind of getting tired of it.
It's a boring trip. Let's be honest. It don't look fun.
Well, let's be honest. This was a filler episode to me.
Yeah, it was repetitive in a lot of ways. But before we talk about the actual episode, I want to, I guess, touch on the well, first, if you're in the comments, because I see people are joining, welcome. I see my son Derek. If you're here, give us a shout out, say hey, what's up, and don't forget to like the video because it's 2021 and we don't like haters. Okay.
Okay, Candy.
So there's been some recent talk, and I wanted to talk to y'all about this with Mia and Candace. Obviously, this episode clearly they didn't end on good terms because they're still been having drama. But Mia brought up some text messages insinuating that, and I think brought up tweets from Candace insinuating that Candace was transphobic, homophobic, all the above. And I wanted to hear y'all thoughts on that and how she pulled those text messages. Those tweets out. And then brought up her post because that she put on her story. So starting with you, Danny, what were your thoughts on that?
Well, she said she brought them in response to Candace bringing up her 10-year-ago past, as being a stripper.
Right.
And, she's basically saying, if I evolve from that, give me that grace because you evolved from this, right? This isn't you no more, right? So I saw it from that point. Do I think Candace is like that today and feels that way today? I don't think so. But I do think back then, because of those comments and because of how people can perceive, because those comments are out there, I would stay away from big feet, big hands, handsome face. I would stay away from those comments because it can still be perceived that way.
Right. Asia?
I feel like Candace's old tweets were like the norm back then, especially because she was a private citizen back then. And she also apologized for them. Her old tweets were not homophobic. I mean, they weren't transphobic at all. They were homophobic, but they weren't transphobic. And Mia is handsome, so I don't know.
Well, and I think the reason I say the transphobic part is at the reunion, she referred to, last year she referred to Monique's best friend as a he, the Riley, the trans woman.
Who?
Candace did
at the reunion last year.
Last year. Last year.
Oh, last year.
I didn't
see that.
I didn't see that either.
Are you talking about Riley?
Riley Knox.
Riley Knox.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone. She was on live a couple weeks ago. Somebody asked her
because she apologized for it afterwards too.
Yeah,
last year.
I missed that.
She said that she's still cordial with her. Like somebody asked her in the comments, she was like, "Yeah, we're still like I don't know if she's like working with her in the kind of capacity, but I think from what she said, it's still on good terms. I'm not sure.
Riley
I can
Knox
say-
made Ashley's ugly ass dress. That's the problem with Riley Knox.
Is that okay?
That
Well,
basic
I see how you
ass
feel.
dress.
So since we're talking about the dresses, let's go ahead and do our edition of Toot and Boot. So if you watch Drag Race, they have Toot and Boot where you basically like yay or nay, but we're gonna call it high budget versus low budget. Now, obviously, the meaning of those two, child, it can be anything according to this show, but we're basically saying whether we like the look, whether it's high, as in high budget, or we don't like the look, so it's low budget. And if you're in the comments, play with us. If you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments what you felt about the reunion looks, because the reunion looks were revealed last week. And let's just start with the first person who we have. Let's see, David. Is it? I don't know if it's Baden or Baden. How you pronounce it? Let me know. He says Mia is full of crap, and so that is actually our first person. So, what do we think of her look? And you can give some commentary. I'll say, me personally, I like this look. I would have expected, like Asia said. We can't see yours, Danny.
Oh,
Here we go. I would expect for her to be talking about so low budget, high budget. It would have been a lot more expensive. She would look a lot more like money. But I'm gonna give her. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna say high budget. Oh,
that looks expensive to y'all. That looks nice to y'all.
It does look nice to me. She looks nice from head to toe to me.
She looks like it looks like one of them gowns she was dancing in back in the day.
Maybe that was the gown she was dancing.
Yeah, she recycled it.
Antonio said it's high budget. Okay. Say what says Mia has on a stripper shoe, low budget. Okay. Brooke said it's okay. Yeah, it seems
it's not terrible, but it doesn't seem like it doesn't give me I live in a penthouse. It doesn't give me I make $500,000 a year.
Well, also, like I was telling Cortez with the high budget, low budget thing. If we want to be clear, nobody had a high budget look they spent a lot of money. Nobody.
No, that's true. That's true. That's
Not
why
one person.
Gave her. That's why I put high boot on accident. I'm gonna put high budget. My bad. I was a little tipsy, but yes, basically this is me saying I like it. Not talking about the money. I'm just going to what Asia said on Twitter. So next person, we have a scholar. Now, I went back and forth about her look at first, but I actually really like it now, and I'm gonna say high budget or high boot. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. It looks like
she's Black Barbie. She's giving Black Barbie.
I didn't like it at first either until I kept seeing it from different angles, and then I said, I love this.
I was the same way. I was just like, I don't really like it at first, but then as I kept looking at it, and also
the second pose in the green did it justice.
So the pictures on the left, I want to give credit. The pictures on the left are from Bravo Inside on the website, but the pictures on the right are from Fashion Bomb Daily. They covered it, so I want to give credit to that too. That's why you see
that pose there is everything.
Yeah, she said, I'm gonna make sure this arm right here is gonna be up. Okay.
And think about it. If we look at Mia's last pose and like the way Mia posed versus the way she posed, that gives the dress life too. So Mia is still very low budget, but this is very high budget, high class.
But in the scholar's first picture with that pose is very low budget too. That pose is very awkward, low budget high school prom.
Well, it's the hand, it's the right hand that's like because it's like somebody.
It's even her face in the second one just gave high fashion model to me in the second.
Yeah, but Mia had 2 pictures and 2 opportunities too. She failed both. Next.
I'm gonna just shut up there because I can't argue with that.
Okay.
Oh my God, we missed you, Asia girl. Okay, next person. Candace. Now, personally, I really like Candace's dress,
but I
don't like the right pose. The right pose messed it up for me personally, but I really like the dress. And
so I say her dress and her hair are low budget. Her shoes are high budget to me. I love her shoes.
I would like the dress if she had it tucked in.
And I don't like that Nutty Professor hair.
I do not like the hair. I do not like this look on Candace. Candace is my homegirl, but she failed me. I'm putting her at the bottom.
They going, you know what? It's everybody going on her hair. The woo wee.
It's the hair.
You know what? My best friend actually really liked the wig. He said that the bob. He said he liked the bob, and that's
What's
it.
wrong with a bob? Something.
I am a sucker for bobs too.
There's
So
nothing
I
wrong with a
didn't
bob.
mind the hair, but
It's
when
the
I
little bump at the bottom that's like,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
If it had like the straight cut, like the razor cut at the bottom or something, it might have gave it a different. I don't know.
so
And
Brooke,
it's just matching. It's this look. It's like they don't go together. Like
They
I
don't.
would have liked this with like a high pony or something like that.
The
But
hair
because
from
she wore
last year
that hair,
would have looked good with this.
yes. But the hair, this hair
Faye is
with this
going in.
dress is not. It's not giving what it needs to give. And I love Candace, but it's no.
okay, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna hold her accountable, like Danny would say.
Oh Lord. All right, next person. Wendy. So this picture. So listen, this picture on the right was Fashion Bomb didn't have it. So this was the Bro Chat at Bro Chat on Instagram, and I believe that this actually does it justice because people were saying like, does she have on pink? But the colors of the pictures that they took on the website kind of took some of the color away because even Candace's dress in that left picture, from what I saw, was different. So the picture on the right, I think, does the color justice, but I really like it personally. So I'm gonna say hi because she slayed. And I was expecting her to be a little more naked. Asia said, Go ahead, Asia. What's about
The top of that dress is fucking ugly. I don't like it. It's hideous. It's hitting her in the face. Like, no. Mm-mm.
The one thing that had me on the fence with this look is her makeup.
I don't like her. You know, her makeup.
I was
is
not.
my
I
least
did not like
favorite.
her makeup. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm agreeing. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the makeup.
Okay.
I have something to say about the
highlighting
makeup.
is too. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Asia.
She's darker tone, and it is very hard to match darker tones, even with all the stuff that they have out now. So I don't like her makeup, but I will not like talk too much shit about her makeup because I know it's hard to match.
This is a good point right here, Derek, or your sunflower sunset. I can't really tell. I need to see it on the reading before I can say that's true.
That is a good
point.
point.
I think that's a very good, valid point because many of these looks we could be like, but you know, because it's the poses and the lightings of the camera. I mean, so yeah.
I was guilty of that last year with the Housewives reunion looks. Judged them all before I seen them, and once I saw them in motion of Atlanta last year, I hated most of them before I saw them. Then when I even saw Candy moving, I fell in love with it. So
well, let me tell you one: the Beverly Hills reunion, they looks were ugly in the pictures and they were ugly on the couch
in person.
So
that was very much a dud.
Actually, they looked worse in person.
They looked worse.
And they're the best dressed cast to me.
Ashley. Everybody said low.
Should have got low.
I'm gonna tell you what. What killed Ashley's look for me is the shoe. I don't mind the dress. Chunky. I think it's very plain looking. It's very plain looking and nice.
What?
It doesn't say that's low. Okay.
Oh, you the one that had high budget, so.
I thought
no, she said low. You said low.
Oh, okay.
He said low.
Baby, I said low.
I was surprised because we all said low on this one.
Okay,
that's a shock. But she got them shoes from Charlotte Russe. She got that dress. She dusted off. She dusted that dress off from the back of her closet from her pageant days because you know Michael don't give her no money.
Beautiful, but she's you know what? Honestly, she kind of almost competing with Gizelle with being tacky. We overlook her because she had that baby, but next season.
I don't overlook
her.
You know what? I don't overlook her. I just never expect nothing from her. I'm gonna be honest.
The thing is, we said the same with Gizelle, and we still be like, "Dang, Gizelle missed the assignment." She gonna always miss the assignment. She just tacky. Let's just be clear. We need to do the same thing to Ashley.
The difference with Gizelle is Gizelle really thinks she be looking fly.
I don't think
Gizelle really. Yes, she does.
And Ashley really thinks she be cute.
I think Bravo is paying Gizelle to look like that. And she just,
Did they paid her the deck? They paid her.
And then look what we have next. We have Gizelle. Oh, girl.
Daddy is terrible.
Not garbage. You know what? I applaud her for trying to do something different, but this is not a time to do anything different. Like it's a romper situation, and then she kind of giving like studio. What is it? 50, what is
She's giving praises what I do.
It's giving
for every mountain.
It's a lot of different references. It's giving Wizard of Oz. I don't even know.
I mean, you know this will be really cute on vacation.
Yes. Now I will say this about this look on her. That color is gorgeous on her.
But she's an AKA. So I know the AKAs are rolling. Ethel is rolling in her grave, honey, because she is mad. Like, how could my child here do me like this in pink? Ethel,
in my pink.
And she's so beautiful. Like it shouldn't take a lot for her to look good.
Her poses are terrible. Every look is terrible.
Look at the one on the right. The one on the right is like, I killed this.
I don't trust people who take pictures with their mouth open like that.
Child, that's the best thing for her to do is to smile, because she's not a really edgy girl, so she can't really do. Smiling is like her best thing, which some people don't even have that. So kudos to her. Next person, Robyn. You know what? You know something? I'm gonna have to give Robyn this, because Robyn,
I like this a lot.
Looks really good, and I don't have a complaint about any of it, not even the hair. I don't.
I don't have a complaint. It looks like a Mother of the Bride dress, but it is beautiful. It is very beautiful.
It's nice. I can't even hate. I'm just saying.
I like her smoky eye. I like her makeup. I like her smoky eye on her.
All right, Miss Karen. Now, at first, I hated this because I hate dresses that are short and then they have a train on the side. It reminds me of a needless dress. But as I looked at it more over the weekend, which is why I wasn't really responding, Danny, because I was like, let me get my thoughts together. I'm gonna give it a high blue. I thought it was really cute. I think she really brought something different that I really like. I'm sorry.
That second pose is everything for her too.
It's good. So half of the dress is like preacher's wife. The other half is coordination.
Thank you. I'm glad you said
it. But I still like it for her because, I mean, let's be clear. Karen is damn near 60, and with that, she still slayed. So I gotta. Okay, David said Karen ain't eat nothing but vitamins. Kyra said middle budget. Oh Lord. Okay, well,
it's giving me Peacock. It's giving me her and Mia dress was made by the same person. It's giving me like Project Runway project. Like somebody whipped it together last minute and added a train at the end of it. Right before runway.
Those are the looks.
Cut up a bridesmaid's dress at the knees, and
I do want to see how everything looks like when they're
moving
ears. But what we can say is, I don't know. In the comments while we start talking, let us know what you think. Who you think who's sitting next to Andy, and then at the end of the show, I'll confirm who is sitting next to Andy. Okay, so starting the actual episode is a continuation from the dinner. And basically, Robyn and Gizelle are getting a hotel. When they get back, it's very awkward and cringe on the boat. I mean, on the bus with Dee talking about erections and sex with Mia. Chris trying to pull out his brown meat. I kind of wanted to see. But
not me.
I was like, but if you notice while they're doing this, like, you know, Gizelle got her purse up, but you know damn well she want to see. But Robyn,
this is what Gizelle did. Gizelle did.
She definitely did.
The one I wanted to see didn't stand up. I wanted Eddie to stand up.
Huh?
I wanted Eddie to stand up and pretend he was going to do that. That's what I wanted to see.
Eddie was gross.
Because they would have been like,
Eddie was really gross. Eddie was like, ugh. Like, G is, at this point, like, I know people say G is like that one inappropriate uncle. No, he is inappropriate.
He's the black Michael Darby as far as the grossness to me.
Exactly. And then what's her name has the nerve to say that at least Michael knows how to act in public.
And they showed that clip of him down in his underwear.
Ashley is a delusional little bird.
Let's not even talk about that clip. Like, production is probably so happy that Michael was not on the trip because they say they butts ain't gonna be touched. So
I feel like he wasn't allowed to come.
Clear. I was gonna say, I believe his scenes are limited. If you ask me,
I think he wasn't allowed.
Michael Darby. I believe
I think he doesn't want to. I think he doesn't want to.
I'm glad he doesn't want to. Thank you, Michael.
I wonder if that's like a production request. Like, can we not have to film with him?
Yeah. I
or not group things, not big group things, not overnight trips and stuff like that. I think that's a done.
Well, they doing the he gonna be at Karen's wedding though.
Oh, not cheese.
He gonna be there. Nice, smell like cheese. Get that off the screen. I didn't even see.
What kind of cheese? What kind of cheese there?
Child.
Goat cheese, granddaddy cheese.
Feta.
Oh, not feta.
Feta cheese.
Okay. So then back at the house, you know, Gizelle and Robyn are leaving. And basically the irony of this all is that they were going to limit Wendy from having a bathroom, and they making about the bathroom and Giselle's foot, and Robyn's on her period. And they basically decide to leave. So if you notice, now we're gonna talk about this again, but you notice when they're leaving, Escala and what's her name, Mia, are like, "Don't go. No, of course we want you to look after you or whatever." But if you watch the after show, it was like that was theatrics. They were just being extra. So what were your thoughts on them leaving and just how they had to phase it on like by being uncomfortable? Because realistically, they were not on the original list of coming. They were, but they didn't confirm. But a part of me feels like it seems like maybe, I don't know, even if one had to come, which we know he wasn't, they wouldn't have been able to accommodate everybody. Because let's say all the couples brought
That's
somebody.
that's what I was gonna say.
I don't know if they would have been able to accommodate everybody. What's your thoughts?
There was it was said that there was another room that was still empty. Like there was another like
Derek just said that. I'm just not seeing this.
Yeah, they didn't even have to share rooms, but they decided to.
You know why they share rooms?
I will say this.
Oh wait, what is it?
Gizelle is, I don't care for Gizelle or Robyn too much. However, I do understand. I do think the way in which they left was theatrics. I do agree with me on that. I do think it was theatrics the way they did it, and to lie to Karen the next morning to say the host didn't even say nothing to me.
Yeah.
But I understand Robyn's at her period. I always agree when women say they don't want to share a bathroom with a man. I get it.
Yeah.
Especially those men. You want to go to the bathroom where Gordon been everywhere?
I wouldn't even walk past. You know how I wouldn't even walk past Gordon's room. I would be scared.
I would
walk
never
like this, like
I would never spend the night as a woman with a vagina and two titties. I would never spend the evening with Gordon anywhere near him. Anywhere. He's gross. He's a gross ass old man. I don't like it.
Don't be age shaming now.
Is that shaming?
I don't know. In these days,
because they sure enough do call Candace a little girl all the time. Okay. If we're talking about age shaming,
I feel like let me hush.
Well, if you're gonna hush, I'm going to the next thing. Now, Robyn, say, what if Juan had came? Yeah, he wasn't coming. The next morning,
has he ever been on a trip?
I don't know. Maybe I wonder if Juan would have come. Would Michael had come?
They was together.
They were on vacation together.
They was together.
They was watching them kids together.
Juan was earning
personally,
him a check.
I'm gonna say this, like Danny Virgo says here, like I, as a person that plans trip, I have a trip coming up in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you're last minute, you get whatever's left. Now, Wendy did say in the after show that they don't get the worst room anyway. So it's kind of gonna be like that anyway. But realistically, like trip planning 101, when you decide to come last minute, you can't just come in and try to it don't work that way.
Yeah, you get the cot. You get the
pull-out
couch.
You said you were not coming. I mean,
you get the cot. You get the pull-out couch.
Yeah. And this was a couple's trip, so I don't know. It's interesting. Like it was a lot of women didn't even bring their men. I mean, I know Ray came the second day, but I mean, why can't he come the first day?
He made me laugh.
Ray did make me laugh. Ray was
he came in clocking Gizelle. That was funny.
Do y'all think that Ray how y'all feel about people saying that Ray has the same spirit of Greg?
I could see that. Ray's a little bit more vocal. Ray goes back and forth with Michael. So I don't think Greg really.
I feel like Greg was more likable than
I was gonna say. I don't see I see he has a nice spirit about him, but the fact that there was only one time that Nene had to really ever question Greg's intentions with her when she was like, "You did me wrong as your wife." I don't feel like Karen. Every season, Karen has had some type of something as it relates to him. Like this season,
ain't nobody checking for Ray.
Right? Ain't nobody DM and messaging.
I mean, he literally said he didn't love his wife on TV.
I mean, he did. Yeah. He did. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say
Greg was smooth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I love
was a different caliber. So rest in peace. So now the next morning, Mia is getting up and she's saying that this is not luxury, and I don't know. I'm on vacation. I like to have all this wealth, and I'm like, well, Mia, did you see the eggs you made at home? Because they weren't luxury either. But I just
who's
feel
the spoiled brat?
Mia needs to stop. Like it's a couple's trip on,
especially when you weren't always used to that.
She exudes new money attitude all the time. You can tell you can tell she came from nothing because she acts like she just has everything, and it's like that's not
Even Sutton wouldn't act that way.
Sutton wouldn't just take her little golf legs and she go in there and be like, "Oh, this is nice."
I boil an egg.
Beautiful gown.
He said, "Greg was on Peachy and Rain will come from with it." That's very true, Giannis. And so then, of course, Robyn and Gizelle are in that hotel and they're talking to, was it? Oh no, talking to Mia and talking about how Wendy wasn't a great host to her. She didn't greet them, and she actually did greet them. But personally, I don't know what Gizelle and Robyn expect, especially Gizelle. Like, you should not really expect any grace from somebody that you're beefing with. Like, that's just what happened. So go ahead.
I understand what you're saying, but I also feel like if you're the host, you should. Wendy's welcome to them was very passive aggressive, nice, nasty. Like, the welcome could have at least been nice. If you're a host, you could at least pretended that you were happy. Like, we all heard the tone, Wendy. It was very like, whatever.
But
like,
let me say this:
you're the host. You're responsible. You're the host. All other stuff aside, you are the host.
But why should people that host trips? I feel like it's so much that fall on them, and I get it. That's such thing as a bad host, but I don't think what she was doing was bad. Like Kenya Moore not giving them damn food, that was a bad host. It's
the same thing that happened here. But Wendy didn't give him breakfast. G had to go in there and scramble some eggs.
Well, that's poor planning.
It's the same thing. But what's the difference? Kenya said
the difference between Gizelle.
It was
the difference between Gizelle and Robyn is that they were not part of the number of coming. Now
that's what I do. I do.
So that's because of that, like whatever you get in my eyes, like I'm gonna make sure you got somewhere to stay. And we got an issue. So honestly, I mean, it's TV.
I'm talking about the welcome when you arrive. I feel like she could have just made them pretend. Just
You're not getting a high from me. I'm sorry. Like I don't think she was welcomed well, but I don't think she should have been welcomed well. Like I guess I'm split between both of y'all. Like, yeah, I see. She said she wants to say hi.
I'm in the middle too.
Attitude, if you get what the fuck ever, girl, I don't like you. I'm glad you're here.
This is very
part
true.
Of me that was happy she got her lick back for the bathroom thing at her house. So
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I see both sides. I do like I think, but I mean, it would just be so fake, and it's reality TV. So of course she gonna play that role and be like that. I mean, like I got your back, especially Gizelle with her foot. It's just like she's talking about this foot. Maybe you should have stayed at home, but you can't because you have to film. Like, let's be clear, they were never gonna not come. They had to.
And I also feel that was TV because it don't seem like a scholar to go somewhere just leave a random crab cake. I feel like she left that there on purpose too. That don't seem like she's too classy.
Yeah.
But the gag of it is that we talking about Kenya not giving them they crab cakes, and then
it was a crab cake there. That was fun. That was funny.
They all watching Housewives of Atlanta. That's what is going on.
That was funny to me. I thought that was hilarious. That house is just not nice. I think
it's not a nice house.
It's just not a nice house. Wendy is like Cynthia at this point. You are not good at picking the shit.
The house
the space. It had enough square footage. It just the space wasn't used well. Like it just seemed very awkward.
It wasn't. It was decorated like Giselle's house. It wasn't cute.
I feel like Ray decorated that.
It was just giving old. I feel like when you look for houses on like Airbnb and stuff like that, Bill Away, I look for houses that's completely modern. That house had like some modern touches, but it still had old fixtures. That's what it was giving. Like the bed was like wood, and it's like.
But I also feel like in the Chesapeake Bay or wherever they were, it would be hard to find a completely modern house. I feel like part of the charm of that area is the old fashioned like colonial type stuff.
And this is this is a cast full of old ladies.
Some cities, I will say, when you go certain places, like if you go to like New Orleans and stuff like that, like when you stay in those areas, it's gonna be hard to find a completely modern home.
Yeah. No, because I go to New Orleans all the time. No, we stay at Airbnbs and they're nice.
But you're not gonna be living in the French Quarter. You're gonna be further out.
Oh yeah, you're right. You are right about that.
You're gonna be, and that's what you're gonna get. And so I understand that too. But I mean, she could have found someone.
Well, what was they close to? They was far out.
Oh, Brooke.
They going in. Wendy said Wendy has 4 degrees, but none hospitality. Raven said Ashley should have been in the attic. Oh my God, she just had a baby.
Who cares?
He said they could have stayed at Karen's house. It definitely was Karen's house. It looked like Karen's house.
That's why I said Ray decorated.
I like the house that Candace picked out. That's the house I want to stay in. You heard no complaints.
That was very nice. Even the cottage was nice.
Yeah, that cottage was nice too. I liked the house.
I
It
would have
was.
rather stayed in the cottage than the rest of them. But
You
hey.
see how on the after show, Wendy's still mad at Candace about staying in the cottage. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
what's
peeped
wrong with the
that.
damn cottage? She just wanted to be with the other girls. That's all.
But Wendy showed it on this trip. She got her lick back to Candace too.
Yeah, she did. And she said she's gonna bring it up again in season 7. I think Wendy's gonna try to set Candace up next season.
We'll see. They left out on the reunion on a good note, hopefully. Miss Terica said Wendy welcomed them nicely. However, Gizelle got a smart mouth from Wendy about the bathroom first. So Wendy was like, well, I don't know. That is very true.
Yeah, that's actually true. You're
That
right.
is what
So,
happened.
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Let
repeat
us
what
know,
I
Miss
said, and
Terica.
she
I
did fine.
forgot about that. She did. Come
Get
on,
me
Miss
together,
Terica.
Terica.
Shout out to Miss Terica for getting us together. So then, okay, this is the boat date. And I'm gonna say this: that of all boats I've been on, that is the most boring boat I've ever seen in my life.
First, it looked like a barge.
It was so boring. Like the energy was off, and it was just like they had no. Wendy did not
Not
plan
even
this
music.
trip. No,
That's why I was
nothing.
like, where is the DJ?
It was
Where is
boring.
the ass shaking?
At
Where
least
are
bring
the swimsuits?
a Beats pill so I can hook it up and play some music. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody had a little iPod or nothing. It was just like, guys, that was. I mean, come on now, Potomac. You can't come all this far in the season, and you give us like y'all should have been like, hey,
Like I'm really trying to feel like I'm really trying to think like what was supposed to be. What did she think was supposed to be fun about that? It's literally we're gonna sit here and talk. We could have sat in the living room and talk.
Well, see,
On this dirty water.
Wendy is an example of people that think they
Kyra.
planning it, but they ain't, because it's like what she did, what she said was, I'm gonna plan a boat, but she didn't think about what we gonna do on the boat. She just thinking like, is the energy gonna vibe? But some people need more planning. Some people need more of things to do, especially
They needed matching outfits. They just needed more.
I would have been downstairs
by
the bar the whole time.
Playing spades with the men. Like that was so boring. And then when the men were up there trying to have a good time, Robyn sent them off. Okay.
Because hers wasn't there. She was having PTSD.
He was with his boyfriend.
Who I want to ask everybody in the questions. Who? I'm sorry, in the comments or in watching right now. Who is the worst host? Worst of the two, Kenya or Wendy?
Wendy. Because at least Kenya's trip was still fun. They were just complaining a lot about. I feel like they were being nitpicky. This Wendy shit was boring, and the house was ugly as hell. Like that was terrible.
The only thing I didn't like that Kenya did was when she ordered food, even if she wasn't gonna buy them food, she could have said, "I'm placing an order. Do y'all want something? Cash at me something." She could have.
But you know what? That rule that within itself makes her the worst host. The worst host. Like you gotta eat. You cannot feed people.
You got to make sure I have some type of fun.
So that makes it, at least Wendy, I mean, Wendy may have given them crabfish or crawl and crab legs every day, but she made sure they ate.
And they had no fun, and the other girls had fun. I could feed myself. Let me have fun.
Bolo or the boat? Bolo wins.
And Bolo was up there now. I ain't gonna say, I'm just saying, but she didn't plan that. Candy planned it.
Don't matter. It was on her trip.
Part of the weekend.
No.
Okay, Cortez, you would be pissed if you went on a trip and had zero fun, sir.
Well,
Cortez would have left that house like them too.
There is no way that I would have been on that boat and it would have been fun. Trust me, I would have dipped off and had drinks. I would have found somebody. You always got to find a buddy. Somebody is willing to turn up.
And Cortez would have played the game with shots or something.
We would have had games. We would have been doing something.
Wendy's boring. I'm sorry.
I have a trip coming up this week. It is my birthday next week. We're going to Colombia. You better know it is planned to the T.
I actually would have expected Ray to plan that boat ride. Because Ray probably had a time in his life.
He said, "I'm about to go play some spades."
Yeah, so Tommy didn't give me fun. Turn up trips, ATL, Jersey, New York, and Beverly Hills. Do it right. They, let's give Potomac another season. Maybe they'll come. Now that we got Wendy,
they had fun. They had a lot of fun on Candace's trip.
They did.
It was a different type of setting, but they had fun on her trip on the beach and all that dancing, all that stuff, like by the pool. They had fun on her trip.
Yeah, she had a little more into it. So yeah, that's true. Wendy, let's just stick to the degrees, stick to the candles. I'm just saying. So then on the boat,
them candles ain't gonna sell, by the way. It's $48 for one wick.
Yeah, that was $49 for a wick. I was like, girl, this is the worst.
I'm gonna stick to my Bath and Body Works.
You are not. You are not.
My annual sale.
I'm Yankee Candle all day, and Walmart got some good ones too.
Okay, so listen. So with the actual on the actual boat, Robyn is basically
Wick.
talking to who's talking to Scala about her relationship with Wendy. Mia goes up to Wendy and tells her, "Well, I heard that you're not the same person you was last year." And then of course she's carrying this bone. When Robyn comes no, when Robyn comes up there with Gizelle, she's like, "Well, I'm happy to see you. Wendy may not be." And Mia is just stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. But if you notice, people are actually it's like they in confessions, they like, oh Mia, it's just Mia. But then in real
You
time,
know
they're annoyed by her.
but that also bothered me last night when they were saying in confessionals because if anybody else had said that about Robyn or Gizelle, Robyn and Gizelle would be after them. But they just let Mia slide with all. That's Mia's second time doing
Because
it to
Mia is like a little gnat. She's a gnat. They don't take her serious. I don't. She thinks that she's doing
and
it.
she lied and she twisted it both times.
Sure did.
Mia, Kyra said Mia keeps auditioning for new roles on the show. I don't know.
I believe that she any way the wind blows, she want to make sure she got a spot somehow.
She is confusing. Like I feel like production saying like Mia do this, Mia do this, Mia do this. She just like okay, wait this first.
She's talking to all the producers at one time.
She just confused. I'm just lost, Chad. I don't know. I don't know what she got going on.
She lost too. They gonna tear. She gonna get tore up at that reunion. I just feel it.
I do too. I know she did.
Definitely gonna get to it at the reunion. But in after that part, Robyn comes back and she's just saying, Wendy's like, well, if you're the same person as last year, then obviously you ain't grew. And then Robyn comes to start talking, and then she basically explaining. First, she didn't want to talk. Then she started talking about the situation that she felt about the room. Now, what I did like is that when Escala was saying that I'm kind of torn because this is my friend, she didn't tell Escala, she didn't give her the ultimatum to be like, oh, you can't be her friend. And I like that. That's
yeah, she said I would never make you do that.
So I love that. A lot of other housewives should learn that because that happens a lot on these shows. And we all know that Escala is Robyn's close friend because that's who introduced her. But Escala has made her way into other circles, and I like that.
And I think Robyn, that says a lot about Escala too, because I believe Robyn knows her loyalty. Like she wouldn't dog Robyn out to be their friend.
Yeah. This is a good comment too from Brooke, which she says, what I don't like about Wendy is that she is so quick to pop off knowing Mia be lying. That's very true. That's very true. Because I feel like go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, based on her comment too, I agreed on Roberts' stance in saying I really don't want to talk to Wendy. I kind of agreed and understood her. I do think Wendy does get very defensive. Do I think she's had a reason to most of the time when it comes to her and Gizelle? Yeah. But I feel like she's also like this. She's already ready to attack with every little thing Robyn says. Even if Robyn tried to talk to her genuinely, I don't think Wendy would be receptive to it.
It's over and done with because of how they came at her with her clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you talking about? Oh yeah. Well, true. Yeah, I mean, but they need to. That's the issue with this episode is that they don't want to own up to. They don't want to acknowledge that, okay, we upset this girl. She's mad at us. I can't have expectations they keep talking about, that's not a friend, it's not a friend. Y'all are not friends right now. Like, y'all are castmates.
They really think they deserve an apology from her.
And then you got
Gizelle in every confessional and on the after show. Wendy, that's an apology, Wendy.
Gizelle likes dressing terrible and asking for apologies.
They will never get it.
But don't like giving them.
Wendy, so Gizelle basically uses the aggression card on Wendy. And it's just like Miss Terica said earlier, you got to think of, you look at it, Wendy is she's actually responding to Gizelle because Gizelle said a comment and then Wendy replied back. And it's just like, she's like, why are you so combative and aggressive? Is she supposed to be quiet and not say nothing at all?
And I was glad when Wendy called her a bully. I was glad when she called her that.
I mean, that is she acts in that way. And so I hate that Gizelle and this aggression, like, come on now, like.
And she called her angry when they were on the phone earlier. Remember when
Robyn called her angry at the damn.
And I don't like that. House. Those are dangerous words when you're saying about a dark-skinned Black woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are very dangerous words.
Yep,
yeah, that's very true.
Because they carry it on.
People say, you know what? People are not really here for Wendy. I see people saying that Wendy want to be a fan fave. Some of the Candace fans are upset when they feel like she don't defend her enough. And just the way she works. I would say I liked Wendy last season. I like her this season. And
I don't like Wendy this season.
You'll also know that Wendy actually has the seat next to Andy. So
Wendy and Gizelle, right?
Wendy and Gizelle. So
she did what she needed to do.
So for this to be her second season, I mean, Wendy, she doing something right.
Karen didn't deserve it.
Karen didn't. And
what took a hot box and Sing? That's all we really got.
She don't deserve it.
You fumbled. Karen fumbled this season.
To be honest, they could have put Mia and Candace in the 2 season. I would have been fine too, instead of Gizelle.
TKC says Gizelle is a bully and Wendy was aggressive. Call a thing a thing.
I don't think you can call me aggressive when I'm responding to you. You can't call me aggressive when I'm
she was actually calm.
That's crazy to say.
And she was calm. They were talking. She didn't raise her voice.
You can't call me aggressive when I'm responding to you.
Wendy, what I've noticed is that I don't think it's aggression. I think that when she responds, it's like I'm tired of your ass. Instead of being like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk. It can come off a little like that. And she does it so quick, which is not really a bad thing. It's like, just leave me alone. Same thing I feel like Candace. But at the same time, I wonder if
we would all be responding a lot worse to Gizelle.
Was Robyn aggressive when she started patting her pussy all drunk and doing all the other stuff? Like, we didn't call her aggressive for that. But she started.
Wait, you said about Robyn?
Yeah, was Robyn aggressive when she was like, "Hurry up, talking show with the food in her mouth and patting her pussy and all that other stuff"? Was that aggressive? Yeah. Did we call that aggressive? And that was aggressive, honey.
I'm gonna say that like Miss John says, like, not to be standing for Wendy, but Wendy knows the assignment because she came in.
I
agree. She's sitting next to Andy already. Like, y'all can say what y'all want to say. She did it
right. I don't trust her. I don't trust Wendy, but like I don't like her this season. The latter of the season, but she doing what she needs to do to get what she wants. She making sure she don't go at her with Ashley, so she can stay a fan favorite. She buddy with Karen, so she can be a fan favorite, and people are aligning with her. That's how you do it. That's the assignment.
Danny, somebody said we called Candace aggressive when she responded. Come on now, Danny. I didn't say she was aggressive, but Danny may have said that.
I might have said that.
It's a similar context in terms of when you respond to people like.
But David, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't like Candace, so I'll be biased. I don't like Candace.
That's I love your honesty, Danny.
That's all we can. That's all we ask.
Hey, because I don't, I can't stand me, and I can't stand Ashley.
And I'm gonna just be honest.
And I gave both their looks. Well, I didn't give.
But you got me, David. But I'm gonna just say I don't like.
I'm glad, David. I'm glad you said it because I like Danny, and I didn't want to say nothing.
But you got me though. I'm gonna give you that.
David, you have to be on the panel. Brian said, he flat out said, I don't like him. Hey, that's all it is.
That's all you need to say. You don't need to say anything. You don't really need to make shit up.
But I'm still fair.
Yeah.
But I'm still fair.
You don't have to. A lot of people, what happens with Candace is a lot of people just start making shit up. Like, I heard she threw a shoe with Nikki at the reunion. All right, y'all. Like, stop.
That is what they saying, child. Why all the dark skinned girls aggressive? I don't agree with that statement. But I mean, but you know what? Look at the cast. The cast themselves are doing it on the show. Like, you got women telling the other women they're aggressive. So that's where the whole colorism stuff comes in, and it actually is discussed at the reunion. So I guess we'll hear more about it. That they talk about that. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see what Ashley, Robyn, Gizelle, and Karen, what they all say about the colorism thing, because it is brought up at the reunion. Kyra said, Danny, the honesty, but you got caught up.
I can't. I agree, but hey,
that's okay.
I own it in my real voice.
We still gonna protect Danny though. We got him.
I love Danny.
And so then in the last part of the actual vote, the boring vote, Candace and Mia actually have a conversation. And Candace basically says that she was hurt by Mia's comments, and Mia apologizes, for it or whatever. And I want to hear y'all thoughts on this whole exchange and how y'all felt about this talk, because how it started, this is how I know Wendy is actually Mia is annoying, because Wendy was just like, since you want to have everybody, talk about stuff, why don't you talk to Candace? I was
gonna mention that.
You can tell like they're annoyed by Mia. Mia is there; she's annoying, and you can see in real time. But go ahead.
Go ahead, Asia. Knock it out. Knock yours out.
So even with that, it's just that's why I kind of am not feeling Wendy, because it was like you was just coddling her, now you annoyed with her again. Like you gotta pick a side when it comes to that, because I don't like the back and forth. It doesn't read well on TV. The exchange of the I'm sorry's and Mia going first, I feel like Karen told her to apologize. And I think Candace's apology actually was sincere. I don't really think Mia's was too sincere. I think she was just trying to do it for TV and is being produced.
I think that both of the apologies were sincere, but I think both of their tears were fake.
You think?
I think both of their tears were fake. I think both of their tears were forced.
Don't Candace cry all the time?
And
Like,
I don't
on
always
demand?
believe, and I don't always think she's crying though.
Here's why.
Half the time when I see that,
when she gave her
Because-
daughter. Here's why I think it was sincere, because like what she said, and this is the line that I was like, I get that. She was like, you don't have to understand or appreciate my journey, but respect it. And so when she started speaking about like this, basically being a new artist and all she's putting into it, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, that is what she's working towards. And I feel like for you to say low budget and then try to mask it as criticism, and then I feel like honestly, if Mia's apology to me is not sincere, because it would have came a lot sooner. It would have came a lot sooner when the girl, she shouldn't even have to have said that. And even when she told her, when she was showed that she was upset, she still said it again. Well, it is low budget. So it's just like, no, Mia did it
but by your same words, Candace's apology about her mother would have come a lot sooner too then.
What you mean?
Because you're making it seem like Candace's apology was conditional on Mia apologizing. If that's the case, that's not sincere.
But if you watch the after show, which we all did, they kept saying somebody had to be the bigger person. I'm glad it was Mia. No, that's not fair, because it's like they put that on her. Like the bigger person than Mia a long time ago.
I think both of them meant what. I think both of them meant.
Mia is the bigger person.
I think both of them meant their apologies.
Okay. Mia's the bigger person, but she's not the bigger person.
Mia's not the bigger person because she's
the biggest person, but she's not the bigger person.
The reason why she's apologizing because she said Candace goes so low. And what it is she don't want the girl to talk about her mama. And personally, it's just like she realizes that I should probably leave Candace alone in this capacity. I mean, on the show. Now, obviously, in real time, they still having issues. They still go back and forth. But everything she's doing, she's not doing it in the moment because she's not quick on her feet. She's doing it via research.
But Candace should also stay away from other topics too. She has a very emotionally abusive mother.
And I thought she said that though. She
should stay away from mothers.
She said it on the after show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understood that too, because like her mother is not the nicest to her.
Yeah, her mother. Yeah, we know Mama Dot caused a lot of issues within her. I mean, that Mama Dot was her storyline at the beginning because everything was around her mama providing for her.
Mama Dot is this franchise.
Brick said she caught my shade.
Raven
I caught it. I was just trying to
real life on the show. She's the least manufactured.
Is that coming from Raven? What?
I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm gonna be quiet. But I agree with you, Raven.
Raven do not like.
So
Candace.
you weren't quiet,
huh?
So you didn't stay quiet.
This is crazy because Raven do not like Candace at all. That's all I'm gonna say. Like me and Raven argued for 6 hours straight about Candace last year.
It shouldn't have taken. What I'm trying to say is it shouldn't have taken her to do all that just for her to finally apologize. She should have came to her and be like, you know what, I wronged you. But the thing is, Mia didn't understand that she was wrong. And I guess sometimes we don't understand, but Mia, you knew what you were doing. Like, let's just cut the crap.
Yeah, cut the shit.
Right.
I'm gonna just the same way Candace said she didn't know Mia and what everything through her mother. You know, when Candace finally broke it down to Mia too about her journey with the whole music thing,
that was
didn't really know all that either.
That's doing an argument. When you're arguing, you're in the moment, you're not trying to hear nothing. Let's just be clear.
Both right, exactly.
But that's not, you know what? This is another conversation.
I'll say this. When it came to Candace, I really don't think she knew about Mia's mother at all. Yeah. And I really don't think she would have said your mama. And I think if she would have just said your mama and she didn't say your mama's low budget, watch your mouth, and she just said your mama, watch your mouth, then we wouldn't have as much to say about it, because she said your mama's low budget, watch your mouth. Instead of just saying your mama, then everybody ran
somebody
with it.
To be a verbal assassin, there's so much more you could attack Mia about.
Well, she said that, and she mama. Said that if she had known,
but she didn't.
Said other things.
But she didn't.
Your mama is very weak. Somebody said,
there's certain things. That's what I'm saying. So you're not a verbal assassin to me when you have to resort to that.
Okay, sometimes you don't want to always be a verbal assassin.
Right.
If you're a real assassin, maybe you don't want to kill the person walking across the street. Maybe you want to do your research and kill somebody else. Like
Then
that.
maybe you just weren't. Then maybe you just weren't as hurt as you said you were. Then.
Well,
Maybe
we
you
know
don't
the root.
like-
We heard the root earlier because Danny already said why. You don't like.
Oh yeah.
And so that's fine. So we will move on. And basically that's the end of the episode. Of course, the end of this episode is gonna pick up in next week. I can't wait for next week.
Oh, Ashley and
Unfortunately,
Gordon.
I'll be on my trip, but this is where like Ashley sleep on the bus and G is like poking at her about going to sleep.
That was weird to me.
I didn't find the issue with it. I didn't like. I mean, in the after show, they were really trying to act like he was just like, oh, give a woman some sleep. She had a baby. If she's so damn tired, stay at home. I know she can't. Well, stay at home then. Stop filming.
But see, I just feel like if we have such an issue with the women talking to the husbands, like how it was so wrong for Ashley to talk to Chris,
well, yeah, right,
he
right.
shouldn't be addressing a wife either.
But see,
And,
like you just
even
said,
playing.
Ashley talking to Chris, she didn't stop. So at this point, girl, you not exempt. Don't try to pull that. It's a man talking to me. You was just talking to a man, addressing him about an issue with your husband the episode before. Don't try to switch it around. Like,
and let's not forget that she got away with rolling up on Chris the end of last season, talking about your wife talking all this shit and that. Like she rolled up on that man. That's why your wife
I'm not
got her
saying
ass
she was
beat.
right.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like let's be. She got away with that, and she keep doing it. So when Gordon did it to her, I was cracking up because he literally was just like, "I'm bored."
I mean, she just was extra hypersensitive. Like, I mean, I get it. He is creepy. Now, let's be very clear. And I think because it was him, but I mean, it's just like, girls. I'm speaking more to the after show because in the after show they really
I think
it was a big thing, and I'm just like, stop it.
I just feel like if he was somebody who had a relationship, who had been around a little longer and they knew him, it might not have been such a big thing, but he didn't seem like he was playing them, but he sounded like he was getting serious with her from the clip we saw. It sounded like he was getting serious. So
acting like her husband.
Yeah.
That's why
that's where Mia should have been like, babe, stop. But if she has no control, he tells her to shut the F up. And so
her benefactor.
Right. Oh, you know what? So yeah, the next week's episode, I'm sorry. Like this comment says here from David, Mia versus Ashley. I don't have a dog in this fight. I just want to see what's gonna happen because if you notice, just last episode, what did Ashley say? I do know her. I spend more time with her. Well, girl, since you spending so much time, why is she coming for you about your damn husband? You wanna know why? Because she been watching the show and she couldn't wait. So at this point,
but I do agree with David here.
She has now gotten into it with everybody except for Karen. Everybody in her first season.
And she kind of tried Karen at the first dinner though by defending Gizelle.
So now everybody
did kind of come for Karen.
I mean,
yeah, you're right, but it's Candace. Candace is the problem.
How are people standing?
But Mia is the problem. I don't deny that. It could be more than one problem.
Mia is not a problem. Mia just needs some help.
We got problems.
Mia needs help. She needs.
What does Jasmine say? She's a nincompoop or something.
A nincompoop.
Nincompoop.
Who is worse? Who is worse, Gordon or Michael? If you had to be in a room with just one, who would you be in a room with?
Can I have a clarification?
Sure.
Am I a man or a woman?
You yourself. What are you now?
Because then I'd rather be in a room with Gordon because I feel like Michael. I feel like a woman might be more comfortable in a room with Michael.
Okay.
I would say I would rather be in a room with Michael.
I don't think
because he's not grabbing my booty. Michael not gonna grab my ass.
Oh, he gonna grab it. If he'll grab production, he'll grab yours too, girl.
But you notice he grabbing men booties. He not grabbing girl booties.
Well, you know what? In the next episode, it was very uncomfortable seeing Ashley in that leopard cheetah dress, and he was like, "This is uncomfortable." I was uncomfortable. Next week,
if they have time, cut that fucking scene, Bravo.
I'm probably gonna throw up next week. I ain't gonna lie.
Bravo, fucking Bravo. Cut that scene.
Because Ashley gonna get her wide body ass on top of that man.
After I had to see G lick his tongue last week, y'all gotta suffer too.
This second half of the season is getting real nasty. I think
it's all the lead up to them doing porn films next year. Because I think it's leading up to the storyline next year.
That's Michael's production company.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the comment for some call-ins.
And anybody who coming for me, I am sitting on red D.
No,
I'm
no,
just joking.
no
I'm just
no
joking.
one's gonna come for Danny.
Danny, I have
No,
your back. I got your back.
Auntie baby.
I love everybody in the comments.
We sent the link out. So the link, you can join the live and you can do a call in or you can do video, whatever you prefer. And the first person to join is one of our favorites on this channel, Kyra. Welcome to the link.
Kyra.
Hi, Kyra.
Hi, wonderful people. I miss you so much.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Nothing. I am tired of Ashley trying to white woman the situation and making it look like the black man's worse than her white husband. That's what I feel like is happening. Not to say that Gordon is on the straight and narrow, but it feels like she's trying real hard to replace that with the black man. It seems like Robyn and Gizelle are on that train along with her to help their sister in arms out. And I'm over it. Cut that. Mia is a liar. Mia knew what she was doing from the very beginning because, again, Candace addressed her about talking to her mom. And then Mia followed that up with it being low budget. And then she kept saying it over and over again. And now we are here and she's on the internet having this one-sided internet feud that is very irritating and annoying when now we just watched you apologize to the girl. So what are you feuding about now? So I can't with Mia. You are an addict. I'd rather learn about your addiction than your mother's addiction, okay? You have a story. I'd like to know your story. That's why Candace said this was nice getting to know Mia because I feel like we still don't know her. She's the like persona of new money sugar daddy. And that's kind of it, but we don't really know what that Mia is. Because girl, you don't got a maid at home. So why you want a maid at an Airbnb? You have a maid at home.
Okay. Boom.
Well,
yeah, you're right.
Ashley is a white woman in this situation, and I couldn't agree more.
We've been saying that out so long, child.
But I started thinking while she was talking. G don't have no allegations of sexual assault on him.
Thank you.
Michael does.
But you know what? You know one thing I want to say. I don't know if y'all noticed this. When she was talking about her mama, that's the nicest thing she's ever said about her mama the whole season. She's never talked that nice about her mom ever until this episode when she's talking to Candace. Everything else has been so negative, and so maybe her mom would see that and be like, "Oh, my daughter does really love me," because before that, it's just like she just been so negative.
Her mother might roll her eyes too.
I mean, but she was so nice about her, and it was just like, you know what? It made me be like, you know what? Okay, it made me feel like, oh my God, the low budget thing was so bad because it made her so she's such a nice lady. But before that, everything Mia has said was been so negative about her own mom.
Tragic.
Yeah.
I feel like Mia's mother would not relapse from Candace saying your mama, but she definitely
gonna relapse from what Mia said.
Yeah, Mia like dragging her through the goddamn mud. Like to me, you remember when Mia said she aspires to be like Dot? It's like you are the daughter version of Dot. You coming on here and you're putting somebody's business out there and just kind of opening it up for people to talk about. Just like Dot does to Candace.
Yeah.
Mia does to her mama.
I don't know which minutes left, so this quick point too is just kind of like, I'm also irritated. People keep saying Candace's thing was low budget. We clearly see where the money went. The money actually went to the production of the album, which is where it should go. This is not K-pop where people are dropping $1 million, $2 million, $3 million on a video shoot. Americans do not do that anymore unless you are a Cardi B or something. An independent artist is not dropped. Even if she had unlimited funds, I feel like it would be a stupid business decision to invest $50,000 into your first music video with no album. So I feel like it is disingenuous to essentially want her to make bad business decisions, because I feel like $10,000 is good enough for your first video.
Well, no, and Kyra, and I was saying the same thing. I said anybody who expected an Atlantic Records type, video shoot was just, foolish to begin with.
That's true.
They said the average music video shoot budget, like somebody literally had to Google it.
Yeah. And
they said the average is anywhere between $2,000 and $20,000. So 10 grand is right about there. And then they said when they broke down what the higher end budgets consist of, dancers, multiple shoots, and multiple cameras and that's all the things that Candace actually had. So
okay, Kyra, I gotta let you go. I got a line like at the club, a line down the building side. So we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
See you Wednesday, Kyra.
Yes, bye.
All right, next we have, I love this name, Cocktails with lovable Lisa. Hey, welcome to
Come on,
the
Lisa.
room.
Hi. I've been watching you guys for a long, long time. And I like y'all camaraderie together. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna
Aw,
say, let's
thanks.
get started, honey. Child, I am through with Miss Ashley
Thank God.
and Miss Mia. Just like you said, and I've been saying this. And I'm glad Candace brought it out last night. You don't sleep on nobody's dreams like that.
Yeah.
This girl put her money into that video, okay? And the album sounds good. It really does. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you can't sleep on nobody's dreams like that. So I'm so tired, and I'm tired. I'm a Team Candace first and Team Chris. I mean, I love they love. I love they love. I mean, I do. I love love. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can't go around and talk about nobody low budget and I know right there and I know right there. Like last week, Ashley all up kind of question Chris and stuff. Why you don't question your husband?
Okay.
Okay, you need to find out where your. I'm like, and next week I'm like, Mia, baby, what your husband need? Yeah, is he at home with your kids? The last season, baby died. He was at the bar time and he had a wife and a boyfriend.
He was in the hotel.
Yeah, he was at the
And
MGM.
see, you see the girl dishing, and I'm so glad the production got there when they was in the room. Randy got Ken got that text. It was right there on the scene. So you knew Candace wasn't lying. I remember when Ashley came on What's Happening Live, she told Andy, I believe that's not none of her friend. We gonna question it. But there was one of Candace's friend, and she said, good. And they showed the picture. I mean, then the next morning you see him waking up with the girl.
At the dresser.
Okay, then I mean, like, it's this crazy, it's this crazy, and I'm tired of Robyn now. I'm used to be for Robyn, love her and the boys, but that Robyn got to go now. Robyn,
I'm here for Juan. I ain't here for Robyn.
Baby,
Juan don't even look the same no more.
He sure don't, and he seems like he probably tired now because no more he cannot come on the show. But at least he can show up at least for one day. Wait, Lee showed up for one day. Yeah. Well, you can't show up for one day. Say, yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna go do this thing wait for my girl. Then I'll leave deep back out. You know what I'm saying? At least Wade do show up for like one day or two and do some filming. He gonna support Kev. He might not like what she's saying, what she's doing on the show.
He gonna show up, shade Gizelle, and leave.
Right. He said, and I like what he said. He said, you didn't do nothing about the net, not the foot, but the net.
How'd you miss the net?
Yeah, did you miss the net? I mean, he was right there on it. I love Mr. Wade. I love him. But that Neil, I tell you like this, I'm keeping real with you, Johnny. She can talk. Child, let me just be real. Baby, this man sent $10,000 talking to you. Okay, number one, you ain't no boss, okay? Somebody else has set them foundation. It's 3 women before you set that foundation up, okay? You didn't set that foundation up like that, okay?
You talking about the businesses? You talking about the business?
Yeah. See, 3 wives came before her. She was the fourth wife, baby, and he was married to the 3rd wife.
All Mia do is shuffle pamphlets around on that table.
Pamphlet pushing Mia.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's keep all this stuff weird. She needs to worry about the 5th wife, because the 5th wife look like it's coming around the corner, baby. Dog.
Okay.
When Mr. G talking about it on the trip, because I thought he was decent. I thought he was a decent being. He got to the trip. He did a whole 180. He flipped that trip on us. He showed her he is the creepy uncle, drunk creepy uncle at the barbecue.
That's exactly what he is. Exactly.
He putting out. He showing his tongue and everything. I'm like,
he wear gaiters. He look like he wear gaiters.
Okay, Lisa, I gotta let you go.
I know, baby. I love you.
We love you too. Thank you.
Come back next week.
Spread the love. Don't spread the hate. Okay. Too much hate, but just spread the love.
Thank you. I love her.
I love Lisa. Let's see. We got Dominique. I believe this is a new name. So welcome to the league, Dominique. I think he may be on.
Your mic is on mute.
Let's see. Dominique, are you there? Dominique disconnected, honey. So then we're gonna move to the next person.
Next call.
David. I wonder is it David that held Danny?
Is it David?
That's me. That's me.
How you doing, David? Welcome to the league. Or welcome
y'all.
to actually calling in. I've seen you before in the chat, but never on the live. So how you doing?
I'm great. How are y'all?
We're good.
Amazing.
What you got to say?
Amazing.
So let's start on La Cienega Boulevard, aka Mia, and those feet, okay? Because I do not see it for her. I actually think that we know that she was auditioning this entire season, but I actually prefer Ascala over Mia because Ascala's more balanced. Mia's just messy, and her face is messy. Her clit is messy.
Ooh.
And her husband is messy. Moving on. Who else do we talk about? I don't like Ashley. I think Ashley, y'all have said it on here before, but Ashley think that she's a white woman. Yeah. And you're not. So Ashley's a white woman of color. Okay, let's just put it like that. That's gonna be her nickname, white woman of color. Because she swears that she's adjacent to Michael. You are not, girl. That man gets privilege. You are a black woman. And you will always be a black woman. And I'm here to remind you. Who's next? Can we get let's get on Giraffe.
Giraffe? Oh,
Gizelle.
What
is Gizelle? You know,
I call it Gizzard, so hey.
Gizzard, that's a better name. Gizzard neck. Actually, she didn't do anything. I didn't have an issue with her this episode. Robyn, I actually respected Robyn. What you mentioned earlier with the Scala thing with her being friends with, Wendy, I respected that. Like, I like a person like Robyn. She's fair. Outside of Gizelle, I actually like Robyn. And I wish she would show more of a personality than being up under Gizelle all the time. The person I do not like, and I will be honest with you, I do not like Karen. I've not liked Karen since the first season. Karen is pretentious. She throws a brick and she hides her hand. And Karen is very calculated on this show. That's why she's been able to sustain on this show for as long as she has. She's very calculated. And she plays these girls behind the scenes.
Yep.
So she is the mother of this show because she plays these girls. Who else? I'm Team Candace. I stand Candace. Wendy, bye girl. It's your last season. Pack it up. You can leave.
If Wendy don't come back, it's because she don't want to.
Yeah, Wendy's
she can
coming
leave
back.
Idris. She can go.
That he does not look like Idris, but all right. Let's
Wendy
not
got
go
the
too
seat
far.
next to Andy. I don't think she's going nowhere no time soon. I'm sorry.
She's not. It's gonna be.
She ain't had the seat on Watch What Happens Live last night. That what was her name from
Jenny.
She had the seat, which was weird because she's very new and Wendy's at this point. She's
that's probably why she gave it to her. That was her first time on Watch What's Happening Live. That was her first time ever. Jenny.
David, why don't you like Wendy?
I just think Wendy's fake.
Okay, I agree.
She's very fake. She's also pretentious. We know that from last season. And there's just something about her that's just not resonating with me. I tried to give her a chance this season because last season with the 4 degrees comments and all of that, I was like, okay, we'll give her another season because she's a new housewife. But Wendy is very pretentious. She is.
Her words when she reads, the right words are said, but they never land for me. Her reads don't land. The right words are said, but her delivery does not land for me.
Yeah, the luggage comment wasn't. It was funny.
I'm so sick of that. Oh my god.
It was funny, but it wasn't super. It didn't.
It wasn't funny. French moments. She had some moments where it's like I want to laugh, but I don't know. It's the delivery. It's the delivery. It's the delivery.
Yeah, the delivery. It doesn't land.
It's not. It's not fluent, and it's like it's very rehearsed. Like she practiced.
Since I really dislike Gizzard, that's why I'm Team Wendy right now. Only because I don't like Gizzard. When her and Gizzard are done, Wendy's going back in the garbage. Back to the side for me.
You can dislike them both at the same time, Danny. It's okay.
No, that's how much I dislike Gizelle.
Dave, I gotta let you go. I got a line child. Got some people trying to get a call, but thank you for calling in. and we'll talk to you later. Okay.
Bye, y'all.
All right.
Bye, Asia. I just like Giselle more than I just like
Dominique is
Candace.
over here. Dominique, you ready this time?
Yes, I'm ready.
Welcome
Can
to
y'all
the
hear
lane,
me?
honey.
Hey, Dominique.
Hey,
How you doing?
hey, I'm good. So I just wanted to come in. I'm listening to y'all, and I'm not really feeling Mia right now because I feel like her and Candace had since they talked it out and they were sincere about their apologies. But I want to know what happened, if anything happened after that, because why did Mia reignite the beef on Twitter? That's what
Confessionals.
Confessionals? Okay.
You know how they watch it back. You know, obviously Candace with the big feed and stuff like that. I feel like that confessionals. You watch it back and you're like, well, wait a minute. You know? And
well, is she mad at anybody else?
No.
Because
okay, well,
I think it's what Chris said. I think it's also what her husband said. He knows Candace is going to take the bait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Candace doesn't let it slide. She responds.
She was doing okay on Twitter until like when she responded. Right. Because everybody ignores the fact that Candace was like really fun, nice, lighthearted this whole season up until the Mama's Low Budget.
It started. The first blow was when she on her trip when she said, "Well, she said Mia knows she was a stripper with them big old feet." From that moment on, that's when all the tweets from Mia started to come, and there was no back and forth. Like Candace wasn't to anybody, but I mean that's what happens in Housewives. They watch it,
right? I get that, but I'm just not feeling Mia right now. But I did see the preview to next week. It looked like she might clear Ashley, and I'm here for it.
Okay, I'm here for that.
Listen, I'm here for it, and you know what? I'm kind of over the season at this point. I'm ready for the reunion, and I hope and I pray that Candace got everybody together for all the shit that they were saying on the after show. And also in confessionals, because it's been a lot of gaslighting, a lot of them are hypocrites, the double standards. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everybody being able to do and say whatever they want to Candace. And they can do whatever they want to Candace, but when Candace responds, it's a problem. I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of Karen, really, because it's really Karen sitting there up there in the after show with Mia acting like the stuff that Candace is saying is so bad.
But not to Candace's face.
But not to Candace's face, and also not checking Mia for what she did or what she said. I don't like it. And Karen tries to be like this motherly figure, but she's really not. She's really fake. She's phony, and I don't like her. And honestly, the Grand Dame, she's iconic, but I would like to see her bow out for like a season or two. I really would. It's not going to happen, but I would like to see it.
We're going to see.
You know, one thing I will say about Gizelle is at least Gizelle told Candace to her face that the mama comment was wrong. Gizelle told her. She didn't say it in confessional. She said it to her.
Yeah, she did, but
and unlike no, I'm saying how you're saying Karen won't say it to her directly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't stand Gizelle, but at least Gizelle did that. At least Gizelle said it to her.
Mm-hmm. You're right. And I feel like Robyn don't say much, but she does get on the after show and kind of switch it up. But I would like to see Robyn stand her ground and think for herself, because I feel like Robyn's like that too. She doesn't tell Candace anything to her face, but when it comes to confessionals, she says stuff like Candace likes to play dirty, and I just think that's stupid. Like,
you talking about Robyn?
Yeah, like Candace don't play dirty. Robyn, what are you even talking about? Like, it's shit like that I'm sorry, it's stuff like that annoys me about the ladies. So I hope Candace had some words for them. She don't gotta cuss them out and go off, but I hope she called them out on their hypocrisy and their double standards. But that's all I had to say.
Okay, well, thank you for leaning in. The reunion is actually the first weekend of November. Nice. Are you Dominique NYC on Twitter?
Yes.
Oh, okay, nice to finally get on the show. I think I know that name. I'm not sure.
Listen, I always try to get in here, but the line be long.
Well, the line is still long, so I gotta let you go.
Okay, have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
All right, we're gonna let on. We got 3 more callers, and these callers we gotta limit these down a little bit because we've been on a lot longer than.
All right, so we ain't gonna say nothing. We're gonna let them say what they gotta say.
All right, so we have Brooke. Welcome back to the lean, Brooke.
First of all, what I'm going to say is I can't believe Cortez had me in the line when I've been a loyal listener from the beginning.
I gotta go in order. I gotta go in order.
She got a VIP pass.
I thought I did, but apparently not.
You know, the lane is very low budget, honey. We don't have no rules.
No, I don't want to repeat what other people said, but I do agree. Wendy is. I'm not gonna call her fake. I'm gonna call her inauthentic because I also have a couple of degrees, and I just don't. It's something about her that don't sit well for me. But what I wanted to talk about was in the after show when Karen and Mia were sitting there diagnosing Robyn and her her relationship. But I thought we didn't talk about. I know Juan's not her husband, but he used to be. I thought we didn't talk about husbands, and I thought we didn't do all that. But Karen had a whole conversation about why she think Robyn didn't want the men there. And my thing is like, y'all don't want the men getting involved in the arguments, so don't have them around when y'all are arguing. Because eventually you're going to say something out the side of your neck to one of their wives. They're going to jump in. So I kind of agree with Robyn. It's like, why are y'all having the men sit here and listen to this when it has nothing to do with them and y'all don't want them involved? But Karen said, and what I didn't understand is Karen and Wendy, especially previously before Juan proposed, were so pro Juan and Robyn. Robyn, why aren't y'all together? Y'all need to, y'all are basically together. Y'all need to be this. But now all of a sudden that they are engaged, it's like, well, why aren't y'all getting married? First of all, it's a pandemic.
Well, that's what Robyn said.
And second of all, you still have, even when you get engaged, you still want to take your time. I was engaged for 18 months.
Exactly. Like, it's just like, it's to me, it's also just, it's screaming fake to me. Like they're just trying to do this to have something to say about it. I don't know. I didn't like that. The same way I felt like, I remember when Karen used to be like, Gizelle, you're only going to love Jamal. You know, Jamal's the reason why you can't have any successful relationship. And as soon as she got with Jamal, she's like, this is fake. I mean, it was, but the point was a season before you were saying that's the only man she gonna ever love. And that's why she couldn't have another man. I don't know. It's all
two things can be true.
Exactly. It's all getting to be a little bit too much, but I enjoyed the show today, guys.
Thank you for leaning in, Brooke.
Thanks, Brooke.
All right. We have the next is Raven. Raven, I believe you have been here before, but if not, welcome to the lane.
I have been here before. Hi, y'all.
Name.
I just came on here to clear my name.
Girl, you're not going to sit up here and lie in my face.
No, because that's the problem with you Candace supporters. No, I'm just playing.
Oh,
but this is no, but for real, with a lot of people I talk to who like Candace, I don't disagree with what a lot of what they have to say in general. Like, I don't think that Candace is necessarily a bad person. I think that Candace already knows that she's on a show full of women who's gonna fuck with her, and then she spins out of control and gets mad that the women are fucking with her. But you easy pickings, you know what I mean? Like, you easy to get riled up. That's why Ashley do it. I can make you my storyline without having to bring my little nasty husband around, because all I gotta do is bring up anything, and you gonna take the bait. And not only are you gonna take the bait, you gonna take it to 10, to the point that you say something or do something that's gonna go way overboard, and then now the focus ain't on me, it's on you. It's, you know, it's easy money. It's like stealing out of Walmart. We can all do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I feel like Mia came for her. She knew. She studied the last season. She knew she knew exactly. So yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I don't dislike Candace. I just think that she's a little mouthy and handsy for a bitch that don't fight. And the other thing that I will say is I think that this season has been very boring. Like, not boring in the sense like there's been drama and there's been stuff to talk about, but I feel like everybody feels so fake and so weird this season because everybody's trying to latch on to everybody else's business because don't nobody got nothing going on. You know, like Candace. Except for Candace and apparently Wendy with these $80 candles she trying to sell her.
Hold on, Karen did too.
Karen candles are not available.
Sure, Jan.
Still.
You know? But I just think that overall, don't nobody really got a whole lot going on. So everybody's trying to jump in. Ashley's trying to stick her toe in on the Wendy drama, was trying to, started something up with Candace to get something going. Robyn is really trying hard with this whole, oh, Wendy and me can't really, we not really friends, which nobody cares who wants to be friends with Robyn except for Gizelle. But she's trying to drag it on because she ain't got nothing going on, and she know that it's gonna be another year or two until Juan and her pay that house off, and they pay off all they payday loans, and they can finally afford to get married instead of just going to the courthouse. Like, why are you trying to have some big old fancy wedding like y'all ever really broke up? Like everybody's just trying to get on with everybody else's drama, and I don't know. Maybe next season when the world opens back up, we'll have something better to go with.
Well, you know what? I want to say this compared to what we got from Atlanta and
this is an amazing
New Jersey, Orange County, and those were terrible. Beverly Hills and Potomac, they gave us like people say in the comments, the production really made this season a lot better.
Yeah,
they money and they Emmys on that. So kudos to them. Thank you, Raven. I got one last caller, and then we will see you again soon. I hope.
Okay. Bye, Raven.
Bye, Raven.
Bye, Raven.
Bye.
Our last caller for today is returning heavyweight champ. Hey, M.
Hi. I thought maybe you guys weren't gonna get to me.
No, I made sure I try to get to everybody that I could today.
And
go ahead.
Thank you. The season, just watching it, it's just so weird to see Ashley, Gizelle, and Robyn have this like weird like alliance. Like the three of them, you can just see that they are just like they have a game plan. They don't attack each other. They like defend each other. And it's like they're going after Candace, but not going after her. They're like hyping up Mia to go after her. You know what I mean? Like some of the if you watch the after watch what happened live and the little after the show episodes they have on Bravo, it's like they talk a lot of smack. They're all like team. They're like even when Mia was invited to the video and she said this is low budget, this is blah blah blah. When she did that whole thing about talking about her mom, be like, "Do you pay for this?" That's like so uncalled for and it was disrespectful. But they all were like, "No, Mia didn't do anything wrong. It was Candace. Candace has a reckless mouth. Of course, Candace has a reckless mouth. That's nothing new. But it's just like it's kind of like this indirect way of attacking her." And I feel like Ashley's getting this, she's brave now and saying all this stuff. Because I think in the reunion, I think the three of them, we're going to really see them protect each other, Also, I will say one thing about, Candace's mom. She's different than Candy's mom because Candy was paying for her mom's lifestyle. Candace's mom is paying for her lifestyle. So when you take money from someone, you're giving them free access to comment on your life. You know what I mean? You are giving them. So if they wanted to truly be independent from their mom, they should. If they're truly financially independent from her mom would never be on the show. You would never see this woman ever again because the truth is, it really makes Candace you could see her childhood traumas coming out every time she's in a scene with her mom. And I just feel like I don't know why her mom is still there. Also, I can't stand Wendy. I'm sorry, but everyone's trying to say Tanya is a bad hostess, but Wendy, she always talks about how well she was raised, that she's etiquette, manners, education, all this stuff. Where was all of that? You're a hostess. I know you don't like Gizelle and Robyn, but you're still hosting these people. You've invited them, even if they didn't RSP. If a guest shows up, especially when you grew up in an African household, no matter what, you are never to be disrespectful. You're always supposed to welcome everybody into your home. And you're supposed to treat them right. You're supposed to give them your bed before you give them a shitty room. You don't take the best room as a host because these people are coming to your home and it's your job to kind of take care of them. So I do think Wendy was way wrong in that situation. I don't know why those degrees are not helping her. It's that PhD. it's just so embarrassing. And I will say she
It's a
does not
player
need to be
hating
on this.
degree.
I know she does not need to be on the show. She was on CNN. She's a political analyst. She's a professor. What is she? And I'm not trying to say like if you are a person who's in academia, you can't be on these kind of shows. I'm just saying like Wendy this season, she is just going downhill. And I feel like she came in last season like I'm this educated, smart woman. She handled herself really class and just the way she was carrying herself. And then this season she's like, I'll cut you like and it's like, girl, stop. You're not I know you're about that life, but like, you're still trying to like get work after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening to me.
So
Bye
thank you. Some
guys.
very
Guys,
valid points.
see you
And
next
thank
week.
you for calling in, of course. And we'll see you in Beverly Hills this week too, okay? All right. I think we have got through all our callers. There were a lot of callers today. Unfortunately, we cannot get to all of them.
Oh.
I know, but basically, when I send that link, you join that link, and I go in the order that the calls come in. It's like a call center. I take your order or whatever.
Oh, it's where Karen's having her wedding at.
or click that money button.
Oh yeah, you know, we ain't begging that.
No, I'm just saying.
But super chats will get you pushed to the front. Just saying, no lie. With that being said, we're gonna lean out. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Thank you to Kyra, was Lisa, was M, Raven, David. Who else did I mix anybody? Dominique, yeah, Dominique and Brooke. All y'all for joining the live today and giving us y'all opinion, leaning in. Everyone in the comments today, thank you. It's been a really great show. It's been a long show, but a really good show. A lot of good points for such a filler episode. So thank you again. Don't forget to like this video. Again, like the video if you're watching. And if you're watching Beverly Hills, part 2 is this Wednesday. Next week for Potomac and Salt Lake City, we will not be here. It is my birthday next week, so I'll be out of town. So we'll figure out when the Salt Lake City and Potomac next Monday will be covered. But just watch the channel, you'll see the update, and you'll find out. Okay. So with that being said, thank you, Danny. Thank you, Asia. And y'all, everyone else has
don't be a hater.
Monday. Don't be a hater.
Have a good night.
Good night.